Today's show is brought to you by Fiverr. Fiverr is a service where, frankly, you can outsource a lot of tasks to someone else and have them do it very inexpensively. If you've ever watched or observed the show notes, not the show notes, but the transcriptions for this show, what you'll see is work that's been done by someone I've hired on Fiverr. I've also had editing for my books done on Fiverr. I've had a variety of different functions done there, and I've done it for years. It saves a lot of time, it's very inexpensive, and I'll just simply say use the link in the show notes. It helps support the advertiser and lets them know that this show has meaning for you. And with that, we'll be back in just one moment. So 2172 of No BS Job Search Advice Radio. I'm Jeff Altman, the Big Game Hunter, and welcome. If you're in the pathway of the hurricane coming up the East Coast, stay safe, please. I want to have you listening to my show next week when I come back. And if you're not, consider yourself fortunate. Nothing good comes out of a hurricane that I've ever heard about. And I'll just simply say, folks, today's show answers a question about how to up your resume in order to get better results. Hope you find it helpful. I hope you give the show an honest review wherever you listen to it. I'm going to ask you one more time. Please give the show a review wherever you listen to it. Algorithms are what they are. The more reviews we get, the more comments we get, the more shares we get, the more influence we have. And with that, we'll be back in just one moment. Support for today's show comes from Skillshare.com. Now, Skillshare is a site where they have thousands of courses and lots of course instructors to help you not just simply professionally, but personally as well. I know I have a number of my classes there, and it's one price per month, and it's unlimited access to content. And they give you a 7-day free trial. So you can take all of my classes that way. And if you decide not to renew, okay, you decided not to renew. I'm fine with that. But I'm just simply saying it's a place where you can learn and grow and not have to worry about spending hundreds of dollars for courses like so many instructors make you do. Again, use the link in the show notes, get a 7-day free trial. It will make a difference in your job search and so much more. And we'll be back in just one moment. How can I improve my resume? How can I fix my resume to improve my job search? Or how can I upgrade my resume to improve my job search? That's the question for today. Now, for those of you who are not getting results from your resume, you have the idea that you need to fix it. Now, I want you to understand that there are two types of resumes that job hunters are sending out. The first one is the generic one, the one that has everything known to mankind in it, that you're posting on job boards in an effort to try and draw talent to you. That's one type of resume. The second type of resume is the one that you're actually sending to companies, and you're sending to a hiring manager, you're sending to different individuals at firms in order to entice them to call you. So in the generic type of resume, the improvement really comes from the fact that you're tweaking it in little ways from where you've discovered that the job market is, or you're applying for certain types of jobs and finding out some of the nuances to what firms are looking for. That's really the only way you can tweak the big master resume. Now, when you're working with the generic one, I'm sorry, I got confused there for a moment. So let me just start off with when you're posting something on a job board and you're submitting that resume, you want to add more rather than less, or more of what your core competency is a way of drawing people in. So in your resume, you want to have keywords that really demonstrate your knowledge and experience. And that's really the one way that you can tailor that resume to draw more people in.
When you're working with the one that you're submitting to a firm, there you have to tailor it to the individual needs of the firm, so that in this way they can see that you're demonstrating you're fit for the role. So the easiest way to do that is look at their job description, and where truthful, you want to include almost the same verbiage that they use in their advertisement that caused you to respond to them. You want to use the exact same verbiage in your ad, in your resume, is a way of them saying, holy cow, this guy's done exactly what we're looking for. So beyond that, you haven't given enough detail for me to really be able to answer, but I think you'll find this helpful, because at the end of the day, in the case of the job board resume, you want to have more of what your expertise is, thinking in terms of keywords that firms look for. When you're applying directly to a firm, maybe you've seen an ad or you know something about the position because someone sent you an internal posting, then what you're doing is using their language to demonstrate you're fit for the role. And in doing so, you're going to get a lot more results.
So that's today's show. I hope you found it helpful. And if you did, here are a few things I can do to help you with your job search beyond simply being your coach. First of all, I've got a new book out called The Right Answers to Tough Interview Questions. It is like a cookbook with answers to tons of interview questions that you're going to be asked on interviews. And if you pair it up with my other new book, The Ultimate Job Interview Framework, they are a terrific pair of books to help you with interviewing. In addition, I have a new service where you can practice mock interviews. If you go to thebiggameHunter.us/mock, I've got a service there, very inexpensive, like $99, where we have mock interviews set up. I'm going to be adding more to it very soon, but you can record your answers to them, and then I can critique them and help you perform better on them. You probably have noticed my show notes are pretty thorough with products and services that can help you with your search. And connect with me on LinkedIn at linkedin.com/in/thebiggamehunter. Lastly, my website has a ton of great information. That's thebiggamehunter.us. Now, if you're not ready to go there and go through the blog, put the address in your phone, thebiggamehunter.us, Jeff Altman. So this way, when you're ready to go, you have a way of getting back to my website. Hope you have a terrific day, and most importantly, be great!